Welcome back to the Mel-Tran Designs podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I am Mel-Tran Designs. It's been a while, unintentionally. Today is Monday, April 4th, 2016. If you're new, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for trying it out, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Grab some knitting or crocheting or spinning, and I hope you enjoy our time together. The reason it's been a while is because I've been kind of recording on Fridays, and so 2 Fridays ago, what was that, the 26th, April 26th, we were at my sister's house, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll record when I get back, and that was last week, and I ended up having stuff all last week. And so then Friday came, and I was like, oh, I really need to record, and stuff happened, and now it's Monday. So I'm still recording. I know this will mean that there's not necessarily 52 this year, but I'm close. So depending on how this week goes, I might try to slip one in on Saturday, so at least I kind of have this one for last Friday and then one for this weekend. So really there was only one that was missed, and I'm okay with that. Because, I mean, life happens, and there will, be a week here or there that I missed, but I just couldn't go anymore. So I was like, Jake, I'm going to go record really quick. And I couldn't find my webcam quickly, and so I'm using the built-in one, so that's why things look a little different. The settings are, well, obviously it's a different camera. So anyways, hopefully I'm not too washed out. On my end, I seem a little washed out, but and I'm in my room, and my lighting is never good. I tried having that curtain open, and that just blew things out. And anyway, ignore my dresser with the lamp laying down and all that. We moved Quinn's playpen over here. That's where she sleeps, and I was like, oh, there's a lamp here. We have to move it, and so it just kind of went really quick. So yeah, that's why it's just laying down. I don't really care at the moment because I don't really use it that much anyways, so it's good. Just ignore it back there. I got a haircut today. It's a little shorter than I normally go, especially on the sides. But we've been having this problem where my hair is crazy thick, like crazy thick. And we've been having this problem where when it grows in, it's super thick in this like shelf on the top of my ears. And so she tried something new where she kind of tapered it in a little bit. And anyways, I don't mind it. It's just a little shorter than I'm used to, but I don't mind it. It's fun. And the product in it, it's okay. It looks fine. The product that she has, because she lets me fix my own hair. That's the nice thing about when you have short hair. And actually she takes a couple bucks off of my haircut because I blow dry it and fix it, and then I can go, oh, hey, here's a funky spot, and she'll stand there and kind of trim it as I'm fixing it and whatnot. But or as I'm blow drying it, which was the case. There was like, I know your head is round, but kind of these two corners in the back, there was a spot where it was a little bit longer, and so when I was done blow drying it, she trimmed those really quick and stuff. So anyways, the stuff she has is much stickier than the stuff I use, so as I was putting it in, I was like, oh, this is weird. So anyways, it looks alright. It's just not the same stuff I use, but it smells so good. So I think everything at the hair salon smells good product wise, not perms and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, new haircut. I'm digging it. So happenings this week, or these last couple weeks. Well, like I said, we went to my sister's house. We were there over Easter weekend, and there was one day in particular that it was pretty cold, so we just kind of stayed in the house. But for the most part, it was warm enough that we could justify going outside. It was still on the cool side, but with jackets on or whatever, we were okay. Just maybe not staying out for hours on end. But was it on Easter? Must have been on Easter, that afternoon. Well, on Saturday, we had gone driving around a little bit because my dad and other sister came with us. And so after the kids were done after they were done rollerblading, we went and drove around a little bit because I was looking online and found a big park and all this kind of stuff, and I wanted to kind of see where it was. So we went over there, and the park is awesome. There's all these rocks you can climb on, and it's really cool. So we were like, we have to come back here, and we found some other stuff we want to do when they're open. You know, it's off season still. So the next day we did go to that park, and the kids loved it. And I went and climbed up on the rocks, and I was like, hey, you guys. They've been playing for a while, and I was yelling at them, and boom, they were done playing on the playground, and they came running up the rocks, and they were playing on the rocks the whole time. And anyways, it was good fun. And then we came home Monday, and then let's see what happened last week after that. We got central air put in. See this? It's a window unit air conditioner. Yes, I know you're supposed to take it out in the winter time, but see the screen? We had the window also just kind of sitting there. The cat tried to jump up in the window, fell, hit the window. The window fell against our old bed that had a footboard, and it broke the window. So we just left that in all winter. It was fine. It didn't even actually let in extra cold air, which was weird. Not that I noticed anyway. Our room wasn't colder than normal. So, yeah, so that's just hanging out for a little while until we have the money to get... I know we got a central air, but we had that out of our tax return. We'll get it. It mostly just hasn't been a priority because we haven't really needed it. So that's just sitting there, but we've had like 3 different single units going, mostly one. Last year was the only year we had the 2 extras that our neighbor let us use. So we're going to have actual air conditioning like normal people. It's going to be amazing. When it's 110 degrees outside, it doesn't matter how great your wall units are when your house is laid out like ours is and they don't travel. So it's going to be bliss. Yeah, so that was last week, and then the internet was being wonky, so that guy had to come. We got new internet. I forgot to tell you. I think that was the week before. Yeah, we got cable internet. Love the cable internet. It's so fast. Anyway, so he came and fixed that. Got it working. Thursday night, I started obedience training with Lucy. We've done this obedience training before with Bella, and it's amazing. Worth every penny. And you do the work. You go to this class, she shows you what to do, goes over it, says, okay, this is what you do every day this week, and you go home and work on it. And then the next week, blah, blah. So it's not someone else training the dog. You train the dog so that way they obey you. So we did that. And you have this long rope. It's called a sneak away rope. And the reason for it is you hook it to your dog's collar, and while they're walking around, if they're not paying attention to you, you turn around and go the other way. You don't like yank them off their feet. The point isn't to hurt them. It's to get their attention by, whoa, okay. So you just turn around and go the other way. But as soon as you feel it pull, you stop and turn around. And then the dog comes to you and you, oh, good puppy, good dog, da, da, da. Do it again. So Lucy is really catching on. I very rarely get away from her. So we went to the Greenbelt Friday night. I had gone around the block a couple times. She wants us to do it at places where they're highly distracted, but we walk around our block a lot. So I wanted to use that. I want her to get used to walking that without being distracted, but I wanted to take her somewhere else. So we went to the Greenbelt because I knew she'd be really distracted. We hadn't even been there 5 minutes. Oh. Okay, I'll keep going. We hadn't even been there 5 minutes. And one of the things she repeatedly said, 'cause this is like an 8-foot rope. She said, make sure it's not wrapped around your feet before you turn around and walk off. And I have been super careful, and I still was. Had it in my hand, looked down, no problem. I turned to sneak away, and I was going to kind of run because I was super close to her. So I was going to take off really fast and then kind of stop before I, yanked her head off. I turned around to take off. And I've thought through it over and over and over again. I don't know. I don't know if my foot ended up catching the rope or because it was pavement. I don't know if my foot caught the pavement because the shoes that I wear are these tennis shoes that have this nice grip. I love them for walking and stuff. They're great shoes, but they do grip. they also, because they have these, they kind of stick out the side, it could have, when I turned around, I could have grabbed with my foot, grabbed the rope, or I could have not picked my foot up correctly and maybe my toe caught. I've thought back on it so many times. I honestly don't know. If my foot caught the rope or if it was tangled, I would admit it and just be like, well, that was stupid. Either way, at my full takeoff, I turned, and I don't even think I took a whole step. And I went down fast. On my way down, I thought, this is going to be bad. And it really, really was. My left knee, well, because I was in motion. So when I landed, I was still in motion. So it's rug burn when you're inside. What is it outside? Road rash? Green belt rash? Because I was on the green belt. Either way, took out the whole top of my left knee. And then my hands hit, and then my face hit, which luckily I'm not bruised or anything, but if I touch it just right, because I hit right on my cheekbone. Slid, well, you can see that's all the outward damage. The left one, well, I cut up here, but in person you can see that there's a discoloration along here, and the skin is all lined, and you can really see it on this one. Do you see how it's kind of darker? That's not the shadow. Let's see if I can get it out of the shadow. It's just, anyway. So I slid. And apparently, which I didn't know till the next day because my arms were out, I ended up hitting my chest right down here, your xiphoid process, that little bone that sticks out of the bottom of your breastbone. I hit that too. Because the next morning when I got up, I went to scratch and was like, oh, why does that hurt so bad? Anyways, I landed. Luckily, I didn't break my glasses. I had my glasses on. So thankful I didn't break those because I've only had them, a couple, 3 months. And I just laid there. And it was so bad. And Anansi came running. She didn't see me fall. She just turned around and saw me on the ground. And she came running. And she's like, what happened? I said, go call Daddy and tell him to come pick me up. Because my phone was charging. I have a portable charger thing in the van just across the street from where we were. Like, we literally had been there like 5 minutes. So she goes and gets in the van, calls Jake. Lucy just sat next to me and whimpered. It was so cute. She didn't try to lick my face or anything. She just sat there like, what happened? I don't know if I pulled her or if she got hurt. I have no idea. I didn't travel far enough, I don't think, to pull on her. And then I was laying there and my pants were just completely ripped, just shredded along the top of my left knee, like I said. And I was thinking, and it was it was getting dark, but people could still see me. And I was thinking, if somebody were to look over and see me right now, because it's right by a busy road, if somebody were to look over and see me right now, they're going to come over and see I don't want that. And so I was telling myself, you got to sit up. And I was like, but it hurts. I just want to I just wanted to go to sleep. I didn't want to move. And I was like, you have to sit up. So after about a minute, I think I finally sat up. And then I just started to cry. It hurt so bad. And I know that when you're a kid, you're expected to grow up enough to where you don't cry anymore when you get hurt. I don't care. I'm a grown adult. I don't have anything to prove. And it hurt so bad. I just sat there and cried until he got there. It was so bad. Because it was burning because I had scraped. So it wasn't just a nice slice. Not that that's ever good, but you know what I mean? It was just the whole bottom of my hands hurt. My whole knee hurt. The spot is about this big, probably the size of a 50-cent piece, but the area that has been hurting is about this big. It kind of wraps around. Oh, it's horrible. I don't think my kneecap is in the right place either, but I can't touch it well enough to move it. I'm going to the chiropractor on Thursday and Wednesday. My neck hurt too. So anyway, he came, kind of assessed the situation, realized I wasn't broken. I walked back to his car, got in. He got me home, helped me to get my sweatshirt off so I could, because it kept touching my hands, helped me to get that off, helped me to get my pants off so I could, assess my knee that, it hurt so bad. And then I just sat in the bathroom. He and Anansi walked back to get the van because, obviously she and I had driven over there. They walked over. I just sat in the bathroom the whole time, just sat on the toilet ugh. They came back and I'm still sitting there. But I wouldn't even wash it. It actually wasn't that bad. It didn't. There was no gravel or anything. It was just a little bit of dirty, and I was just like, anything that comes out of that is just gonna clean it. Because like when injuries bleed, it cleans it out. So I was like, I can't touch anything, and my hands were hurting. So I was just like, so I went and just sat in my chair. Like I didn't even know what to do because kids. Not that you ever expect to get hurt, but kids get hurt regularly enough that they'll get hurt and kind of baby it a little bit and then go on. As an adult, and as someone who doesn't do sports or things that I get injured in a lot, it's a shock to the system. And so I was just like, ugh. So I just sat in my chair the rest of the night. And Kyan found me a Band-Aid that it was almost big enough, but not quite. So I used, those cotton pads, the round ones, like the facial ones. I put one of those on and then a Band-Aid over it and Band-Aids along the side. Well, then the next day, essentially anytime I stand up and the blood starts going back vertical instead of just along my leg, your blood pumps harder as it starts doing that, and it just floods it with. It's like someone has 1,000 pins and it's just going like this on my whole knee. Like that's how bad it hurts. Saturday, it wasn't great, and I overdid it a little bit because I still wanted to work with Lucy at least a little. So I ended up going around the block slowly, and I had already gone around the block a few hours earlier with Quinn because she wouldn't stay awake. Again, like painstakingly slow. It didn't matter. That night I tried to go to bed. I couldn't stand up. So then I was tired. I was hurting. I was mad. I just sat there and bawled. I'm the biggest baby. I swear. Actually, I'm not. But things like that, when I have an injury, I cry because I don't handle being injured well because I don't really have physical problems for the most part. I have that shoulder injury that I've been dealing with for almost 2 years now, but that's not all the time. But like when I have something that is acute pain, I don't handle that well because I'm not used to it. There's not any big thing wrong with me, so I'm not used to being in pain. And then all of a sudden, and I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't stand up, and I was tired and sore and mad, and the tears were more out of frustration than anything. So I finally made it to bed. Yesterday morning, it took a long time to be able to straighten my leg out and let the blood flow after getting out of bed. I'll tell you what. But today I was able to get my bandage off yesterday. Some of the cotton is a little bit kind of stuck on there, because the scab kind of dried. Not to get gross, just saying it just kind of dried. So a little bit of the cotton is still on there, but that's all right. It made it so I could actually like cover up at night and have pants on and stuff. It kind of gave it that pillow. So today I'm able to just kind of stand up and walk. It hurts now after about a minute, and if I stand still for too long, it does hurt. I'm on my bed, so I'm bouncing every time I move. Anyway, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie, it was horrible. I did not work with the dog yesterday, but I will today. So, anyway, so that was the biggest thing that happened. Also, I don't know how many of you that watch this are in the West, but if you have a Ridley's store, I was going to say shopping, Ridley's Family Market, I think is what it's technically called. If you have a Ridley's close by, you need to start looking at their deals. Every Tuesday, go to shopridleys.com, look at specials, and click on weekly deals or something like that. They had fresh, like in-house, fresh ground beef last week for $1.97 a pound. I may have bought almost 50 pounds. Not gonna lie. I went nuts because that is insane. I bought, I think, 47 pounds. We had a little bit of extra money that I could do that with. And I put it into 2-pound things in zipper bags and put it in the freezer. That deal was just, I took some and was like, no, I gotta get some more. And then finally I had 15 of their packs, and I was like, okay, that's good. But they have stuff like that all the time. They have $5 Fridays and all this stuff. I have shopped there for exclusively for almost a month, and it's an expensive store usually, but with their deals, their prices are the same as Walmart and Winco. I don't know if you have Winco. The same as Walmart though. So what I've been doing is planning our meals around what they have on sale. And I don't have to buy meat again for a really long time because they had chicken on sale not too long ago and stuff. So yeah, it's been great. They had Yoplait yogurt for 38 cents. When you buy 10, I bought 20. Just saying. But our family eats a lot of yogurt. So anyway, yeah, this is not an infomercial for them, but I'm just saying if you have a Ridley's, check it out. So I wonder if I turn one, because my lamp has two. That looks a little bit better. I'm not so washed out. That's my light, and there's nothing I can do about it. But when I turned it off, there wasn't enough light, so it got really grainy, like more so than it is now. It's a little grainy kind of over here where it's dark, but that's all right. You'll be able to see the colors better. All right. Now that we're some sort of minutes in, I don't have a timer on this. Oh, 20, I lied. I do 21 minutes. Oh my. I had a lot to tell you about. I'm so sorry. This is why I need to record every week, right? You're telling me this is why you record every week. Sorry about that. Oh, and Ivy, Marilyn, I know you asked if I would show you the fit on the slanted toe socks. I forgot to bring some in with me, but I have a picture. I'm going to be putting that up on Ravelry, so go ahead and look at the picture on there because I just took a picture of it on my feet. That was the easiest way for me to do it, so sorry about that. I just thought of it. All right, let's just move on. Going on, coming up. Going on is this month I'm hosting a retreat. So excited! So excited! I have heard from a lot of the people coming and, you know, just because I sent out some emails, and so just the responses have been, I'm so excited, I can't wait, da-da-da, you know, just people are super excited. While I was in Pocatello at my sister's house, I went to the knitting group and got to meet more of them and more of the attendees, and they were great, and they're so excited, and I'm so excited that they're excited, and retreats are so amazing. And I even had a lady just contact me. I tried to find all the groups in Idaho that I could, and there was a whole group that I missed. I guess they don't have a Ravelry group, and she was asking about it, and signups are closed, and they couldn't have pulled it off anyway this close, but they asked about just coming for the day a couple of days, so I'm letting them do kind of a day pass type deal, and they are already talking about, well, next year we'll just plan for signing up for the whole thing. So I've had 2 vendors ask if they can vend next year who aren't vending this year, and I have people who are already talking about coming next year. So yay! I'm planning on booking it for the last weekend in April next year. So anyway, stay tuned for information about that, but yay, that's coming up this month. And then next month I leave for ZK because I will be leaving this Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. Remember, I've told you my family's going to go down to northern Utah and hang out with my friend for a couple of nights. They'll come home and I'll continue on from there. So anyways, that's next month. Super excited. So, all right, that is going on and coming up together. There's a knit along going on. It's the Laura Ayler knit along. In my group, I called it All Things Laura Ayler. Her patterns are amazing. They're very well written. They're very diverse. She has things from a small cowl to large shawls to sweaters to vests to, does she have hats? I'm pretty sure she has hats. She has a little bit of everything, and I love it all. I think there's maybe like 3 or 4 out of all of hers that I'm like, meh, but I don't hate any of them. That's what's cool. I am co-hosting that with Lisa Fibernymph from the 90% Knitting podcast. She also has a thread in her group, and neither of us, it's an unofficial Laura Ayler knit along, so it's just come and go as you please in it. We're not going to have like an official finished objects thread where, you know, it's just chatter, finished objects, all that in the same thread. I don't really have people chattering a whole bunch right now, but that's all right. It's just going to stay going. Yeah. So anything else? I don't think so. So let's talk about some works in progress, shall we? The first thing I will show you is from my Laura Ayler knit along. Oh, I'm going to put these right here so I remember to talk about them. We got new stuff going. All right, this is the Adelia shawl. And I'm using Universal Classic Superwash. Oh, I'm in the middle. I'm guessing Anansi just got back home. She was riding her bike. Lucy! 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 I'm not letting you out right now. So I'm using 2 colors of the Classic Superwash. Universal Classic Superwash. It's a worsted weight yarn. So here's how much I have done. I love the textured stitch. I'm really enjoying, that's more true to color. I just wanted to show you up close the textured stitch, and I'm not flipping you off, I promise. It's not in the round, like I said, I'm just in the middle of a row. I did go down to, I think I'm on a size 7 for these, and I'm getting a little smaller gauge than what it calls for. But I'm okay with that because I know that when I soak it, it's going to relax. And it's not a ton smaller, just a smidgen. So I'm okay with that. I have plenty of yarn. I'm using or I'm making the larger size because I'm like, it was a sweater at one point, the yarn. So I have so much of it, I might as well make the big one. So anyway, and that's living in my knitting's my bag. Next, and really the only other thing to show, oh, I should have brought my 10 stitch blanket in. There's been a few days that I've missed it, but overall, I've worked on it more days than I haven't. I have not worked on it since I got hurt, like Saturday, Sunday, and today. I'm trying to remember if I worked on it Friday morning. But other than that, I have been working on it. So anyways, but I'll just show you next time. It's not a big deal. I am working on my mini squares. I actually finished one and I don't have it in here with me. I apologize for that. It was the last one. But this is from the January square. And here's the first one. There. I have to tell you, okay, so you all know that I'm not a huge purple fan, but I do appreciate a good purple. This one, I'm not going to bring it close. Do you see how there's these lighter parts? It actually broke to a blue, a light blue, and it looks so cool. I love purple and blue together, and this is just, it's awesome. And I love the yellow thrown in there. I think that's really cool. So this was the January minis of the month from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. And then I'm working on the solid that goes with that. And I love the semi-solidness. You can see the light and dark in there. So anyways, that's getting close to being done. And then I will be on to the others. I've got to get this done because now I have all of them and I can finish my little blanket that I've been working on for the last year. And it's been super fun. All right. The only other thing that I've been, and my mitered square blanket, with the kids being on spring break and everything, my mornings have been weird, so I haven't been working on it because I usually, get them off to school and then sit in it for about an hour before I start doing other stuff. And actually, I usually sit in it while they're getting ready, and then when they leave, I have another 1 to 2 hours that I sit in it and watch shows or podcasts or whatever, and while Quinn is still asleep. But I haven't had that. I've been letting myself sleep in because I don't usually. So yeah, so I haven't been working on it, not on purpose, just like I don't have as much knitting time because there's chaos going on. So anyway, I'll pick that back up when they go back to school next week. My kids, if you're a longtime viewer, you'll know they go to a charter school here in town, and they have a 2-week spring break. So that was last week and this week. All right. So the last thing I'm working on actively is my sweater, my colorwork sweater that I steeped. So I was trying to work on the zipper, and then it ended up not fitting right, the zipper. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't work. So I was like, forget it. I'm just going to put a button band on. So that's what I did. I put the buttonhole side on already. I did that last night. And this yarn has not been soaked before. It's straight off the cone. So it seems a little thin. But when I'm going to soak it again, like after I put the buttons on, I'll soak it again. And it'll be fine. So I'm actually done with the side that I'll put the button. Oh, it'll fluff up. I'm sorry, that's what I was going to say. It'll fluff up a little bit and kind of fill in the gaps. So the side that the buttons will be on is done except for binding off. Then I will have a finished sweater. I have not tacked down the steek. I will show you that though. I should have thought, because I've had so many people ask questions about it, like in PMs or just when I posted on Facebook a picture of it in the group knitting. There were lots of questions in that one. So here's what I did was, you remember how there was those lines? I picked up the very furthest one over, so it just naturally, it throws off the lighting. There we go. I just picked up the furthest one over, so it just naturally folded over. These will be tucked in. They're from here. Or no, is that one from over here? Either way, some of that will be tucked in, but I haven't decided. I don't know that I want to do grosgrain ribbon because it seems like that would make it so it couldn't move. You know, it couldn't stretch at all. The lighting is... I just noticed. Here, I'm going to wipe it really quick. The camera was... There we go. Kind of going, woo! So I might just leave it like this because I've heard from ones that are super old that they just kind of have felted together after a while, you know, felted down. So I might just leave it and see how it acts. Yeah, because I'm not worried about it because it's reinforced and I've picked up the stitches along here. You can see that. So anyways, I'm just excited to be able to wear it. I'm just excited to be able to wear it, and I'm so close. I'm a bind off away from having a sweater that has been on the needles for over a year. So anyway, I'm doing the ribbing on size 3s. US, which is a 3.25. The yarn is Nature Spun Sport, Red Fox, Coffee Bean, and Saddle Tan are the colors. And if you want to get some of this yarn for like the best price is to get these cones, because you get something like here, let me read it to you. I can't remember how much it cost. Not a lot. Does it say how much? No, it doesn't say the yardage. It's a lot, but I bought it in 2008 because the lot is from 12/22/08. I might have bought it right at the beginning of 2009, but that was a long time ago. No, that's a lie. I bought it 2011, the same year as Sock Summit. So see, that's how often people buy these, but they're a really good deal. You can get them through Paradise Fibers. My local yarn store ordered it. Ow. That hurt. Dang it. Paradise Fibers. The Woolery, maybe? Yeah. Alright. I hit that spot, like it's this whole area, and I hit kind of the side of it, and then it hurt all the way back. Alright. FOs. Like I said, I have that block. But I also have a Laura Ayler pattern done. It's my first point of Libra. I'm going to scoot back because it's big. There we go. It has the whole year of the year in review minis that I ordered from Leading Men Fiber Arts, and the blue is some Wollmeise. It's called Blue Curacao. Anyway, I love it. I haven't soaked it yet, but it's so awesome, and it looks really cool on because you have these blocks and then these lines. Let's see if I can't go on my knees very well, but let's see if I can show you with one leg kind of sticking off here. Can you see that? So yeah, I don't always love triangular shaped shawls, but this one actually fits nicely. Oh, that's funny. It looks black down here because of the shadow. That's funny. So anyway, I am so happy with it. And when I soak it, I know it'll relax more. As far as designing goes, I did have a couple of offers to look over my slanted toes pattern. One of them I haven't heard from, the other one I did. And so that'll be published. It was such a small amount that you had to do, just a toe. So that'll be, I was supposed to publish it at the end of March, and the end of March came and went and kind of snuck by me. So I will be putting that out here in the next couple of days. So keep your eye out for that. It's just going to be $1. So if you want to buy it, it's only $1. A little $1. I'm going to show you my acquisition, and then I'm going to talk about my shop a little bit. These came in the mail this week. Oh, that's really good color. Let's see if it'll... So, no, that blue's blowing out. Yeah, that's better. It's really bright. It's the final minis of the month, and it's called Grand Finale, Self-Striping, and Bright Night Sky Blue is the semi-solid. And that's really true. And that one's really accurate too. So you have this bright, and they're the colors of fireworks. So you have a bright neon pink and a red and a yellow and a green and a purple. Is that all the colors? Yeah, I think that's all the colors. Will it show up if I go really close? Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, super cool. I could definitely have a whole skein of this colorway. That would be awesome. So, last but not least, I have some new scents. I think I did add them to my Keep On With Life site. The website is keeponwithlife.bigcartel.com. I have spearmint, orange lavender, eucalyptus. Eucalyptus I had already ordered, but I made some before I had just added it, but I actually made some, and it has been huge. People have been responding like crazy. So spearmint, eucalyptus, orange lavender, and a citrus blend. What did I actually call it? I think on the website I called it Citrus Splash. It's grapefruit, orange, and lemon. Oh, it is amazing. And the spearmint, it essentially smells like gum, but it reminds me also of, I don't know if any of you have been big Avon users, and they had some lip balm that was their mint lip balm. That's what this smells like. And so I've been using it on my lips. I love it. Yeah, so those, if you want to get one, like I said, they are available in the shop. I have not yet put together the mint lavender that I want to put together. It's funny, I don't like lavender, but orange and lavender smells good. Mint and lavender smells good. I'm working on those. There's something else. Well, I have some cinnamon that I'm kind of playing with. I really like that one. Oh, patchouli. I'm going to play with that one a little bit. Anyway, it's fun. I do have some good suggestions. I put out in the ZK group, I was like, hey, do you have any suggestions? Here's the ones that I have. And rosemary and mint was put out. I don't have rosemary, but I'm going to look into getting that. But anyways, yeah. I posted on there for any suggestions or requests. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Good grief. Because I'm going to be vending there. So if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. It has to be something that comes in an essential oil. and one that I can get, I look for therapeutic grade. So they're, the best that there is. So anyways, yes, please check it out. Please order. These last couple months have been pretty stagnant. So if you could order, please. Sorry about that. Lucy, no, come here. Lucy, come here. Lucy, come. Lucy, come here. That's what I thought. When her obedience training is done, she will come immediately. Anansi has a friend over. I think I said that earlier. I said that she got home, but she has a friend over, and I think that's who she's hearing talk. Anyways, I'm wrapping up. Sorry if you had earbuds on. Sitting here, it blew my ears out, so I apologize. Just put my hand down on my leg. Okay, I'm going to let you go. If you need to get a hold of me, you know how to find me. Anansi on Ravelry, like I said. There's a Mel-Tran Designs group on Ravelry. The Fiber Fanatics Unite group also for the retreat. There's a Mel-Tran Designs page on Facebook. If you want to find this podcast, you can go to YouTube, iTunes. Meltrandesigns.blogspot.com is where the show notes are and the episode. It's in the Ravelry group. If you need to email me, meltrandesigns@gmail.com is fine too. I think that's everything. So, hopefully I'll be able to find my camera for next time so it doesn't go pixelated in and out. But anyways, until next time, keep knitting. Bye.